your 9 chosen.
Okay, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Transcend Podcast. This is a show where we motivate, inspire, and learn to work with all your heart. My name is Matthew Arnold, joined with my co-host Arin. Before we get started, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for more content like this. What's going on, Arin? It's been a minute. We are rocking and rolling and back in action, man.
Dude, we are back.
Yeah. My man's suited and booted, bro. What happened today?
You were catching me on like the day, I guess it's not even the eve, it happened today. And that's something for me. But I graduated with my master's degree in education today.
Nice, dude. Nice. If you don't mind turning your gain down just a tiny bit for me. It's already almost at the bottom. Top one.
Top one?
Yeah, just a little bit
Is that
low.
the right direction? Did that go?
Like up and towards that way. Yeah.
Towards God.
Up at the
Towards
top
God.
one. Yeah, there you go.
Got you.
Yeah, I had to turn mine down just slightly as well. But yeah, dude, what was that again? What'd you graduate with?
The full degree is a master's of education in teaching, leadership, and collaboration. This is kind of like learning and development, training for corporate companies.
Okay.
Really anything that is kind of just training in general, really.
And what do you want to do with that, bro?
You know, I originally started out was like, I'll just be a corporate trainer because that's what my mom did. I was really excited because my mom got to know so many wonderful people in the hospitality industry.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, I found out more that like I operate. I'm an operator. I'm a doer. I'm a mover. And at my heart, like that's what I really enjoy the most part of. Sitting back and making slides is not as fun to me.
Would you say it's because you're also a creative as well? Like in the sense that translates in some form or fashion? Like your creativity that you do have, like maybe I'm wrong on how I'm explaining this, but like maybe I just see some creativity in you. And so I'm trying to translate that into like what you're saying that you do or what you were pursuing.
Yeah. I have that creativity. You have it too, man. I mean, look at the board behind us, right?
That wasn't me though. Shout out to Tatiana.
Hey, Tatiana, we appreciate you. We wouldn't be here without you. Another blessing from God.
Hey, facts.
But yes, so where were we going again? It's just where we started.
I'm everywhere, brother. It's all good. It might have been the shot. It's okay though. But anyways, man, we've been on this we've been on a journey. Let's just say that. We've been on a fitness journey. And let's just say December 21st. I remember that photo you showed me, and I remember the date that you showed it to me. I won't show anybody. Don't worry, Arin. But it started before December 21st, man. We started in about July of 2023, and we've been working out together since. So before we dive into like any of the details, like what's been your journey with someone as a new gym buddy, and what's been like? What's new for you, man? Like what's new in this journey of like working out with me? Let's just straight to it.
So my review of Matt, no, I'm kidding. His year-end evaluation starts with a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
No, the most important thing, and I know it's cheesy to say, but I'm gonna say it anyways, is that when you have a gym partner, the level of accountability, it's more than just a text message. It's more than just showing up pretty consistently or on and off. Like your consistency led me to be, there's something on the bottom of your shoe. Sorry, that's on me.
I swear, bro, you might be OCD.
I can't, man.
You think you're OCD?
Can't. I'm definitely, I'm a type A OCD.
Yeah. Okay. Cause I'm just ADD.
I gotta fix it now. I can't move. But bro, like you've been amazing.
Bro, like I'm chilling, dog. And like you're like,
it's the suit.
Yeah.
It's the suit.
Oh man, you're suited and booted, bro.
It's that power of the suit,
Yeah.
But no, man, having you as an accountability partner taught me so many things.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I value is that key accountability and the consistency. So we're not just pushing each other to be better in the gym. We're calling each other out.
Okay.
And you and I have had many conversations around that. Like Matt's very confrontational.
I'm an asshole, man.
He'll get up in your face.
We can say it straightforward. Like I'm just straightforward. Like I'm just straightforward, man. And it's been interesting to navigate working out with someone too. Like from my perspective, because like it's so weird how my drive goes from 80% consistent to 170 once I have someone joining the gym with me. Like
how many times you tell me that you're like, bro, I would not be here if it weren't for you.
Yeah, dude, often, because it's like, I know like all my skills in like training people and like knowing exactly how to do splits and create workouts and nutrition plans. That's cool and all, but having an accountability, a brotherhood, I think people don't need to take that for granted. And that's so important in this fitness journey.
Dude, it helps so much because I had a brother who was looking out for me. And whether I notice it in that moment or not, I see it now. And like that gift was giving from day one. Yeah. And that's, I mean, you're going to explode if you ever get lucky enough to have a gym partner. We were talking about this too, is if you get that gym partner and they're like, yo, I can be there Tuesday and Thursday. And you're like, no.
Bruh, I say this all the time to everybody. Like I put out on social media for someone to work out with me. And I would get so many replies. It's like, oh yeah, I can join you Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursdays. It's like, that's not going to benefit me. If anything, you're going to mess with my schedule. Like I need someone there like at least 4 times a week. And at the fitness level that we're at, like it's about details at this point. So for example, like our weight loss journey, or maybe I'll rephrase it. It's just been our fitness journey with like an emphasis on us cutting recently. Yeah. Like we've been on a cut recently, and I'm gonna be honest, man, like the first 3 weeks when I started the cut, beautiful 6-pack started coming in. Emotions were high. You know, we love that. That was amazing. Ooh. I was rough on you at that time, man.
Spicy.
But no, dude, it was interesting, man. And then you ended up getting a work trip, which it's tough because I want to make the argument that like, oh, you should be able to work out without a workout partner. You know, but in the same breath, it's like, yeah, I still worked out when we weren't hitting the gym together for like a 4-week, 5-week period. Yeah. Like, and it was like, we hit once a week, like in that time frame, but it's like at the level that we're at to break this plateau, to get to the level we're looking for, like you do need a village in a sense. Like, and it's not just the one-on-one, it's the people who are surrounding you as well.
It's not just your gym partner. Yeah. Truly. It is everyone else in your life helping you to stay consistent to your schedule. And that is something I would also say, accountability is more than just, hey, did you wake up? Hey, did you work out? Hey, did you eat what you need to eat? It's a lifestyle change. And that is meaning of consistent within a full range. It's that village, 100%. I love that phrase. It takes a village. No person in the gym is just going to be like, you can be there. Don't get me wrong. But I think statistically, it would show that they're going to be inconsistent most days or hit goals later in the year than someone with a village behind them.
Or not working as hard. Like, and that's what you meant by like getting goals later in the year or later in the time frame. Whereas like if you have that village, if you have that partner, like you can get your results a lot sooner. Like you can, and I'm not trying to sell a 90-day program or anything, but in the same breath, it's like if you really gave it your all and you had someone doing it with you, in 90 days, you can make something happen. So
it's incredible if you stick to the plan, what 90 days can do for you. You've shown me that through all of the planning that you've done. So Matt completely leads the workouts. Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to follow up with the start of this conversation. Really? It was like, I know I asked you, how's the journey been with me, but like, how's like the training been? Like what's different for you in this concept of training? Like from what I've been teaching you at least. It is, let's just say like, I want to grab the most out of this movement. And Matt has been there every step of the way. And I'll tell them about this too, is like how patient Matt has to be with me. And this is something between like someone who like wants to get in there and drive. And that's a show of love. And that's not to be like compressing someone. That's not to be stepping on shoes or toes or whatever. Like his passion is there. And for me, I'm on the opposite side. Like my passion is a little more quiet. Yeah. Like I kind of reside back where I am, or I'll recluse, I guess. And so when I get told things, like I got to sit there, I got to think through it. Yeah. Matt ain't got time for that. Not in the gym, bro. Like it's weird because it's like whenever we have our sauna talks, like those are the moments where like I can sit back and I'm always going to say what's on my mind. And then after I say what's on my mind and then I look at what I did say, and sometimes this bites me in the butt. It's like, okay, I can address maybe something that the avenue that I went might've been wrong, or how I addressed it might've been wrong. But it's like when we're working out, dude, like I don't got time to like think about feelings when it comes to your lateral raises. It's like, I want you to like hit them joints perfectly. Yeah. Like let's lateral raise and get that proper technique instead of me having to wait another work for the next session of chest and shoulders or the next session of squats to correct something. And that's been a battle for me on how to correct and when to correct, to be honest, because one, you're not my client. And two, I want to treat you like my client. So like, that's a battle in itself. Like I'm truly struggling with that concept right there. So
it's been an interesting journey for sure. And we've had many a hot sauna talk. We're sitting in there at like 180, 160.
I love that, man.
Whew,
it's a beautiful
spicy.
Sauna session.
And I'll tell you, like you're up at 4:00 in the morning sometimes, and you get there, work out 5, hit the lift, everything happens. And one thing that we had to go through together it was just this like partnership and like how we're going to vibe and how we set the tone.
Yeah, especially at 5 a.m. in the morning.
That's the level of brotherhood that you need. Yeah. Right there. If you're going to commit to something like we do, we're training early in the morning because we got full days. You're a dad. I'm still, master's student.
Done now. So ain't no excuses. In a perfect world, I'd love to work out at like 7 though, bro. Like, I don't think we're honestly getting the best quality in our workouts just because waking up at 4, it's that line that we've always talked about, like when not to be a pussy or when not to be, it's the line that we've always talked about, when not to be soft. I had to rephrase that for all the people.
Say it as it is. Say it as it is. But don't be a little bitch about it. Yeah. But the thing too is that, through pushing yourself, right? Like for me,
we're building, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think what we're building when we wake up and not get enough sleep is like the concept of discipline. That's what we're creating. But I will say, I think there's some detriment in our actual physiques due to being so tired. And something I wanted to pitch to you this upcoming week is like, look, dude, I'm totally down for my last few weeks at the same job where we can work out at the same place. Like just work out at the university, hit 11 o'clock lift. And then we pay for our membership at a really nice gym, but I kind of want to see what we can do in 3 weeks with getting really good sleep. I haven't even talked to you about this. This is on the spot. This is brand new. And I know you're probably like, you're tasting it, dude. Like you're like, yeah, don't tempt me with a good time.
Bruh, that extra sleep hits different. But I mean, honestly, like you look at Chris at the gym, 75 hard. Yeah. All of these like huge things are to help conceptualize and work into your routine the just basics of making this every single day.
We're trying to get we got that down. Like, let's be honest, like we've got that down. I want to work on our actual physiques, and I think if we can just work on our quality of sleep, which will give us the results that we're looking for. But the only thing is there's not as many fun machines at Texas Women's University.
There is not. Yeah. And I would have at least expected, this is not on you, bro. Yeah. I know the budgets are low, but it's
I am in charge of the fitness,
some kind of hip
guys.
thrust, at least some kind of squat machine other than a Smith. But like I know where we are as a university.
Or off-brand hack squat.
Anything. But my piece was actually because if someone were getting into the space, if you were just starting out and you're like, I'm gonna do 75 hard, like I'm gonna get this grind, and grind, baby. And the weirdest thing is to hear someone sit down in front of you who works in this space quite often between Matt and I and say, 7 o'clock's fine.
Man, it's beautiful.
Like you don't need to be 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Now, if it works for your schedule and like you're more productive once you get your workout out your way because you have a lot of other things to do. Alex Hormozy talks about it. He said he had a client one time who he was working with another coach, and that coach told him, you need to journal every morning before your workout. After your workout, you need to go on a gratitude walk. After that gratitude walk, you need to do your ice plunge and your stretches. And he said by the time he did his 4 to 5 hour day, he did not feel like working for his business anymore. Like as in like he didn't want to like chase his business like goals. And because he was so exhausted, and Alex Hormozy's like, bro, like just get up and do your work and then go work out and do all that. Like go do all your like your book work, all your like taxes, everything that involves with your business. Like go ahead and just do that at the start of the day, get it done, then go do the same thing that you did in the morning. So I think I'm always down to challenge myself, like us doing a mile of lunging soon.
That's
gonna suck. Hey, how do your quads feel, bro?
My quads are okay.
My quads are done for right now.
So let's talk about that cut then. I know we're talking about Alex Hormozy and the mindset and stuff. You're gonna hear a lot more about that, I'm sure. Like that mindset is the fuel to the fire to get you consistent in that lifestyle. But in a cut, how difficult it is to not get super injured, how sore you get off the bat, because what is it? Your body isn't in, it's not malnutrition. It doesn't have as many resources available as when you're stocking up.
So
when you're bulking.
I get the angle that you're coming at, and we can chat about that angle for sure. I personally think that I am really sore. This week was the best week of working out for me. Yeah, like when it comes to time under tension, when it comes, like, let's be honest, I talked less this week in our workouts. Yep. Like in most of our workouts, like I like talking, but this week I didn't talk a lot. So I feel like the quality of every single rep was just a little bit different. Like when I was front squatting yesterday, like there was a moment after our 3 rounds of front squats that my left quad was like, dude, you're done. Now it wasn't bad, but it's like I did 4 more rounds of back squatting after that. And bro, like with the heels elevated, we're targeting quads more. And I think that's just what it is. Like I was pause repping every single rep. And like what you were saying could factor into it, but I really just like, if I had to pinpoint it, I really think it's just the quality of my workouts this week. I think I really unlocked something a little different this week.
I love hearing that. Yeah, like hearing that motivates me to want to get a better mind muscle connection. Yeah. The time under tension, the pause reps. And
well, you were doing it on leg day. And at a certain point, like, and this is what's hard for a lot of people. I don't know if you struggled with it that day, but it's like, bro, like we went from 185 front squatting or back squatting, which I know you can do 315, but it's just like, you can get the same quality and less risk. And then I just feel more in control when I'm going over a certain like number that isn't like just me holding my breath to get it up, you know? Yeah. And it's so tough for me, man, because it's like, I want to be stronger, and I just have to play the patient game though, because I will become stronger if I play the patient game. But then the way my brain works, bro, it's like, if I'm playing the patient game, but I'm 31 right now, I really don't have much more time to like hit the top numbers. Like I get it, at 45, I could be squatting my top number, but it's like, why not like really find that number in my prime? Yeah. You know, but anyways, that's a whole nother like avenue I can dive into.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair to the audience to know, because honestly, anyone comes in Lifetime Fitness of all things, a Lifetime of Fitness, sorry, not the brand. Screw that brand. That's just too bougie.
Well, Lifetime's a gym. Life Fitness is the brand. I got you. Don't worry.
Appreciate that. But yeah, this is a journey. And anyone who comes in, honestly, like if you're hitting your peak at 45, you hit your peak at 45. Yeah. But, you know, here we are. We live and breathe in this space. I think it's respectable to say, like, why not hit that sooner?
Yeah. Let me go check that. That's odd.
But can you check if my phone's recording as well?
Yes, it should be. I clicked it. But
yes, to the consistency of that grind, though, I do envy that mind muscle connection. We're making the most out of the work that we put in. That counts for more than anything. Like if it doesn't matter what time you show up, honestly, if you showed up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and got the best reps versus the mindset, but it depends on where you are. If you are at a point where you need that consistency, you need to show up at 5 o'clock, that's how it works in your schedule. Great. More power to you. You work through it. You understood, I'm going to manage my time this way. And that's what I really love about fitness. It's the transferable skill sets that you get from fitness in general, whether that's your meal plan, your accountability, the village behind you. As a man, as a Catholic Christian man, this has helped me become even stronger for my village, and to turn around and cast it back onto others who will then benefit from. Like, for example, what's cool is every morning after I leave our gym, you good? Yeah. After I leave AR, I'm driving to work and I'm there pretty darn early. I'm first in, last out. And I make voice recordings for my friends. And I make voice recordings for my friends. And I caught up with one of them. His name's Nick. He was like, I love this. This is like a mini podcast, the podcast that you run with Matt. And I was like, yes, sir. But what I do is I show that consistency to them. I'm sharpening the iron around me. They're going to turn around. They're going to benefit from that. Yeah. Just from hearing my voice and knowing that I'm so consistent in 4 or 5 days a week out of 7. They're like, dang.
Yeah. And I will follow up. One thing that you were chatting about is like, I think we are threading hairs when we talk about like how important 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. is. It's like, and this is where I am torn with like the go hard concept. But it's like, just go when you can, like at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like it really is that. With us like diving into all of like our journeys right now, like we've been going through this cut. We went from hitting clean food at 3,200 calories to now hitting 1,800 calories consistently this time. Cause it took a little while, let's be honest. Like that was rough to get to that point. And again, the average person who's just trying to lose some weight, they can hit a cut pretty easy if they're not super duper consistent, but just like somewhat consistent, you know?
Yep.
Like, but if where our fitness journey and goals are at right now, we have to kind of thread the hairs. Like we have to be 1,800, 1,900 every single day. Like there is no 1,800 for 2 days, 2,100 for 2 days, 1,600 for 2 days. Because I'm trying to make up for the numbers that I had prior. It's like, no, we got to be so consistent to the point that like, it's like, we have to be so consistent to the point where you're questioning, like, is this even working yet? Because a couple weeks ago you were like, man, should I cut a little more? Should I like on my calories? And in reality, the only thing I told you was like, no, just stay the path. Yeah. Stay the path. And I promise most people, if you just stick to the path that you're on, it's not going to happen in 3 weeks. But give it that 6 week. Give it that 6 weeks and you're going to make it happen. And so with that being said, what are ways that you like identify between hunger and cravings?
Only eat when you're hungry.
But how do you know when you're hungry or not? Like, what are your ways to figure out if you're actually hungry?
So one of the habits that I have is like, I'll start looking for some snacks. Mm-hmm. I know that when that starts happening, I'm not actually hungry. Yeah. Maybe I'm just bored, or maybe I'm just looking for a break from what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But like, there's a big difference in the habitual traits that I have that I've noticed over my career. And like, am I actually hungry, or am I just looking to stand up and just get a mouthfeel, get something? Or is it a craving because I haven't had anything sweet in a while? And I'm just starting to search, because it's the quantity that helps me justify if I'm actually hungry, that, or like, you know, obviously if your stomach's growling and it's been this way for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour.
So you just described the two topics I'm actually like, I was asking for. It's like when your stomach is actually like telling you, I need food, but rather than like your mouth saying, I need that additive that you used to give me all the time. Like I need that sugar. I need that taste, that saltiness that your mouth is used to, but not like that your body needs it. So I think it's really good to like figure out what kind of cravings, or when you have cravings versus when you're hungry, and what to do to kill your cravings or to attack those cravings. For me, it's Mio water. And like, that's the best thing for me. I'm gonna be honest. It's also having a little Starburst ready to go. Like if I
thought that was a brilliant idea, by the way.
I've been using Smarties lately. That's actually how I do it. I don't know what's going on over there, but it's okay. I'm down to keep getting up and press and play.
I got you.
But it's not a battery thing though. But anyways, like, so from hitting like Smarties or Mio water, or honestly just drinking water. Like drinking water helps a lot with cravings, because after you drink some water, you're most likely thirsty, not hungry, or you have cravings, you're not hungry. So yeah, it's recording now. But yeah, man, so I think finding out what works for you when it comes to killing those cravings, that doesn't mean have a whole Snickers bar. That doesn't mean have a whole extra meal to kill that craving.
I think as you experiment and you try different things to help kill cravings, it becomes more apparent that when you try something different of like, I'm gonna grab that Snickers bar because it's there. Or maybe I try to do like a peanut butter jelly sandwich because I know that's one of your Achilles heels.
Bro, I just started switching to peanut butter and bananas.
Oh, peanut butter bananas.
Because like bananas have a lot of sugar. It's more natural sugar. But and granted, it's not a peanut butter jelly sandwich or a peanut butter jam sandwich. Like it's not as good, but it's like it kills that craving.
Does, and it's satiating too.
Exactly. So in my prep kitchen, diving into meal prep ideas now, I have been eating a little more. I've added red potatoes into my preps because potatoes are more satiating, and like rice kind of just fills me up. So I actually have a combination of both. So I have salmon and potatoes, and then rice and steak. And
when someone asks about whole foods, are those whole foods? What does whole foods mean, and why do fitness gurus out there preach more towards a whole food diet?
So when you think about candy, when you think about like Starburst, I mentioned before, that's not a whole food. It's processed. It's used in a way to like let's be honest, the Starburst can last forever. So it's like there's something in it that's letting it last long in that wrapper.
Is that preservative?
Exactly, preservatives. And when you get potatoes, like after about a week and a half, the little sprouts start growing out of it. Yeah, salmon, like you shouldn't be eating salmon if you left it in the fridge for like 8 days. Like same for chicken, like you don't like unless you freeze it, but you don't leave chicken in the fridge uncooked for 5-6 days. Like that's like the limit. So when you think whole foods, you're thinking of food that isn't touched in a sense. Now we can go into details about being sprayed or not, but that's just the world we live in. I'm gonna be honest, I can't avoid it. And you can try to avoid it, but I'm not about to lose any extra energy trying to go to the best farmer's market. You know, like I would love to get to that point where I'm farmer's marketing it up. Yeah. But no. Lately we've been doing prep kitchen. This is week 4 for me. I think might be the same for you. I think we started at the same time. Yeah. So this is the 4th week now, 3 or 4, let's just say it like that. And prep kitchen is a local spot that preps your meals for you. And I think, so I spent about $120 for 10 meals. Like guys, it's not that expensive. I'm paying for a service though. I got burnt out personally with cooking my own meals. I wanted a little break. So I'm in 4 weeks now of someone spoiling me. Yeah, I'll pay $15 extra. That's all it is. My grocery budget was like between 90 and like 150 a week. Yeah. So I might as well just go pay for food. And now it's like, since I paid for it, I'm not going to waste it. You know how many times I've done, how many times I've like thrown away a meal prep container because like it just doesn't work for me. I appreciate it. But so then you have prep kitchen, which is local. I know my brother's kind of messed around with factor meals recently. Yeah, can you check if that's, it's not plugged into the wall, is it? Can you plug it directly from the orange cord? Like take it out of the orange cord and just plug it into the wall. It should reach. I'm not sure, bro. Let me check the whole camera. I mean, yeah, so maybe put in the top outlet. Is there orange light on top of the camera when you plug it in? Like, is there orange light? No? So it should be. Here, switch with me. But what's your experience with prep kitchen?
Oh, I love it so much. So I used to be on that grind. I used to be going to the farmer's market. I found a local farmer down in Dallas that would make great cuts of chuck roast. And I would do a weekly chuck roast, plus all the ground beef, plus all the chicken, plus all the rice and the veggies. Was frequenting Costco a ton. And man, I got tired. Now, that was back in the day when we were shooting for 3,200. We might even have tried to like touch 4,000 just because we were running Fitbit. We were trying to track macros and we ran into many a spot that, you know what, we're actually burning through about 4,000 a day. And you know, that's wild to think of. And then you try to replace all that plus some. Ooh, that was difficult. And the meal prep for a week of that, when you're having 3, 4, sometimes 5 meals, if you're not replacing with any kind of protein, it's a lot. Yeah. And it got daunting. I still have so much Tupperware. Like I have bags on bags of Tupperware.
Not to have to wash the Tupperware right
now. Not having to wash the Tupperware. Let me tell you something, man. I'll chef it up in the kitchen from culinary school. I learned so much. I will make you a full gourmet meal, but the dishes are what mentally taxes you out of wanting to do that ever again.
Yeah, one thing as an adult that I've learned is dishes never end, bro. Dishes never end.
Get used to it now. But I think every gym rat out there, any meal prepper, you don't have to be a gym rat, any meal prepper out there realizes the pile of dishes that happens when you have 3 meals or pack at least 2 a day. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, it piles up so fast and it's ridiculous. And then you look at that thing at the end of a long day, hit your workout, hit your job, come back and you're like, 2 more to the pile. Man, I tell you, that's a defeating part that, you know, I'd have thought that reps to failure on like a lunge day, like this mile of lunging we're going to do is bad. I'd rather do more of a mile lunge than I would a pile of dishes that's been sitting there. Like mentally, it's just easier. But I'm not giving excuses that I want to do that.
You say that now. Kyle did half a mile and he's tore up. I think I might mess around and want to only lunge. I mean, wash dishes, wash prep containers. Cause that sounds horrible, bro.
Dude.
But no, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Good energy.
You're still going to send the full mile?
I'm doing the full mile, bro. Full mile of lunging. We're going to document it. We're going to record it. We're going to record it if my camera stays on. Golly,
record all these cuss words that come out flying out my mouth, and then you hear silence. And then at that point, I just need to check my pulse.
Yeah.
If I'm so good.
What do you think of what are your thoughts on like the budget for groceries versus like eating fast food? Like, do you think it's cheaper to buy groceries for the month versus like eating fast food?
Easily, especially with the price of food these days, even though fast food is cheaper, easier than most, which is its huge gain, you're lacking in the department. 3 times a week, $12 each meal. That's $36 a week.
Yeah. The only way that you can make it actually work, in my opinion, like is if you're eating off the dollar menu and only getting like a cheeseburger every time. But
then we get back to the process talk.
Yeah.
So now we're just cheating ourselves out of good, wholesome calories that are going to go to a correct medium that the body can actually digest and use.
Yeah.
My friend Cole was telling me about this chart. I got to look it up again. But basically, it was what's closest in nature to the human body that when digested will absorb most of the nutrients in that, from macronutrients and micronutrients. And he was like, brown rice, bad. You're hardly absorbing because of the differentiation between like the proteins and carbs that it is in existence versus the proteins in your body and what you use to synthesize that.
So brown rice is so overrated.
Yeah, so you remember the hype around that?
Just burns fat. I mean, I fell into it too. Like, don't get me wrong, it's more fibrous. Like, it helps me poop better. But other than that, eat your white rice. If you like white rice, just eat it. Like,
dude, jasmine. Can we talk about rice? Like top rices? Jasmine rice is so like a long grain.
Yeah, bro. Just someone else cooking for me is just so nice right now. That's been very. What
have you enjoyed about Prep Kitchen so far?
The fact that I don't have to like cook, bro. Like, I love cooking. I went to culinary. I started in college and culinary school too, and I want to cook. I love cooking for people, but like right now, man, it's like I'm over it. So I just love the food, bro. Like, the steaks are good, the salmon's good, like the ground beef is good. Everything about it is solid. Like,
the seasonings hit.
Yeah, and it's like even if I want to add a little more seasoning, I can, because they don't over season it. They just do it just right, or maybe just a little bit less, which I would prefer that from a service. I would prefer just a little less, so then if I need to add more, I can.
Yeah.
Like, and that's fine. But overall, if I had to go every single meal without adding anything, the meals are beautiful. So I wouldn't not. And we're not sponsored, guys. We're not sponsored by Prep Kitchen. So
we're not. We're just enjoying the service.
Yeah. Something I don't like about Icon meals and Factor meals, these are other services out there, by the way, is that you have to peel a plastic layer off. Like, ours is like a tub in a sense. So it is plastic, but it's not like vacuum sealed. And that's what I don't like about Factor or Icon meals. And I'm pretty sure Icon meals have more protein per meal. They're probably like more macro friendly for our realm of fitness, but I don't like that plastic ripoff. Like, that's something mentally that just messes with me. It just feels gross almost. Like, when I see it, it's like, you know those little TV dinners growing up, like you peel the plastic off. Like, that's what it feels like. Doesn't feel like it would be that great. So yeah, man, not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all.
I did used to throw down on some Hungry Man TV dinners.
Okay. Hey, those are good, bro. I just got Taryn some Devour. Is that?
I've seen those, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't tried them yet, but I'm going to see if she likes those.
Give me your rating when you're done. But
oh, yeah. It looks delicious. We got like mac and cheese ones. Yeah, dude. And
some of those were used, like, I grew up with the Hungry Man meals because my dad worked the night shift, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes when he's like at home, mom's at work, he's watching the kids, he'd break out a Hungry Man meal. And I remember like those kind of hit.
Yeah.
Obviously super processed.
But like the thing about that though, like even if it's processed, like the macros and calories are on it. And this is where it's like, I'm so torn as a coach. It's because where we're at, we shouldn't be messing around with like more of the processed stuff, because we're not just trying to like get our gains and like lean out a certain way. We're also trying to just take care of our bodies. Like, so processed things may not be the greatest, but when you talk to someone who is just trying to lose weight or gain weight, and they're young, they're not really trying to cook meals, and we're trying to find like the easiest way for them to hit these macros, I don't mind them doing stuff like that. As long as you're counting it down to the dot is the most important thing. Like, and that's where I'm always torn as a coach, because like, I remember when I first started coaching people, it was always about, you got to get your vegetables in, you got to be clean eating. If you're eating McDonald's, you're not going to get there. But in reality, it's like, bro, one of my closest friends lost weight eating McDonald's to prove me wrong.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, bro. Like literally just counted his calories, not even macros, just calories, and lost weight.
So that's where your context of calories are king comes into play.
That's always why it comes into play. I think what's tough is like the habit side of me, like building good habits and building a good meat vehicle is the reason why like I push the cleaner eating, because, you know, longevity is like, I might as well smoke a cigarette if I'm going to eat all this processed food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you
know what is a meat vehicle?
Your body. Yeah. Your body.
You.
Yeah, bro.
You are a meat vehicle. You're a prepackaged meal, my guy.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.